Hey all, welcome back. So a week of cycling is over. So now I want to come back to this project. So this isn't going to work. See, test before you go on air, right? I tried gluing it down and it didn't work. So, shoot. All right. We're going to have to pause and figure something out. I'll be back in a sec. So, meanwhile, hang on. All right, try that again. So I actually found something that's going to work out really well, I believe. So step A, of course, is rolling out the ink. Sorry. So, I don't know if you can hear that sound. There you go. Hear that sound? That's the sound of ink ready to go onto a block. So, sorry for the rudimentary camera work there. Yep. So right off the bat, I see a slight problem. So do you see this one line right here in the image? Don't really want that. I apparently missed cutting something. So I'm going to quickly chop that out of there. Hopefully in one clean fell swoop. So I don't have little specks of things to deal with. Here's another little one right here. And another missed spot right there that I don't like. The rest I'm okay with. All right. So again, this is this idea that I did with those that anniversary gift. But I'm switching to using oil-based ink. So I'm hoping I'm going to get a better print result. Yeah. Because I'm going to do the same thing I did before, which is to overpaint the thing, I'm okay with that. So I'm just going to work my way through a couple of these things and let them dry. And probably in a day or two, I'll be able to start painting over them like I did the candies in one of the previous videos. Oh, there you go. There's a nice print. Can you see that one? So, which is fine if they're not all fabulous because of the technique that I'm going to do here. So, rather than have you sit here and listen to me ramble while I print a bunch of these, you can see I've got a Manhattan or martini or, it could be any number of different cocktails just based on whatever colors I use, from dirty martini, apple-tini. The Cosmo's a little weird because it wouldn't have a circle in it. But, and then there's a pie over here as well. Unfortunately, the pie and the coffee are out of scale, so they can't really work together. But, we'll see how that goes. So I'm going to switch back to going to do some time lapse for you. And probably the next thing that'll be real time is when I'm able to paint these in a day or two. So before I go crazy and do a whole bunch of these, I figure I get a few done, let these dry, and paint them and then decide what's working, what's not. So again, I'm playing around with a new idea that was discoveries made just trying to come up with a quick anniversary solution, and I like the idea. I think I'm really liking the ones with either the multiple coffees. I also like the 3 Manhattan or martini glasses in a row. I've got some ideas for titles I'm playing around with. The pie I'm not too sure about. I might cut out more of that to make the surface, right now it's a very dark pie and you can see the lattice easily. I may change that some, although I'm not sure. I don't know yet. So this is as far as I'm going to take this for now. Obviously this is all oil, so it's got to dry. Probably 48 hours is my recollection with doing the my Christmas cards. And if you notice, I'm printing these more like a stamp, because I would have to have, if I was going to run them through a press, I couldn't be doing it modularly, which I know, sorry, terrible word, terrible pronunciation, piece by piece. I would have to have everything on a single block. You can't repetitively run something through a press. So normally you would have the paper on top of the block, run it through a press, and you would get a stronger print, a cleaner print, although some of these prints are spot on perfect. But please, check back in a couple days when I do the next piece of this. As always, if you subscribe, you'll know when these videos pop up. I've been away, started this process, and then painted a bike race, and now I've come back to it. And then I've got a few more bike races coming up, some of the spring classics. So bouncing around, and then I've got 2 more paintings stuck in my head that I got to get out of there. So again, if you like what you're doing, if you're curious, leave a comment. I'll try to answer everything. The few comments I have been getting, I've been answering. So please, you got questions, you want to know about media, you want to know about paper, substrate, you want to know, if you want to tell me why I'm doing this, because I'm not altogether sure, whatever. So anyway, thank you all so much. Again, experiment, play around. As a professor of mine told me many, many, many years ago, it's just paper, it's just paint, it's just canvas, it's just whatever you're using. It is an art. It's just materials. And these really big pieces of paper, stuff I didn't even pay for. So play around, have fun. This should be an enjoyable practice. If it isn't, well, for some people, that's the way it is. But I love making work. I've had this idea rolling in the head, so we'll see what happens next. But again, thanks for taking the time to watch.